should be seen in real time. Understand? Where are we and where are the stones? Okay, let's go. There are pigs here? Yes. Big pigs? Big pigs. I want to fill in 2-3 minutes. All right? So that carry 10 marks. So 50 marks will be given for the group, 50 marks for the... So photography, the geologist...
You don't look go here.
Come on. All of you come and gather here. You want to sit down or stand?
Sermon on the mountain.
No, it will become sermon on the mountain. No, come here. We are not going to sit down. Come. That means you feel comfortable and so on. When you learn, we should learn hardly. Then only you remember. All right? You are ready, boys? You're all ready? Just to have in your mind. But you listen to me what I'm saying. All right? Okay. You're all okay? Okay, we are all gathered here in the wilderness. You know, Mark writes so beautifully that Jesus was led by the Spirit of the Lord 40 days to the wilderness. The Mark immediately writes he was with the wild beasts. That is the quote. He was led by the Spirit to the wilderness and he was there with the wild beasts. So Jesus was with the stones all the time. I mean, he was a sage, he was a master, he was a guru, a holy man, ascetic. So he could talk to the stones. Didn't Shakespeare say, stone here, give me in my hand. Yeah, that's enough. Give me. See, this stone. No, this is a sedimentary rock. This is another rock. I want igneous rock. Yeah, that is igneous. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, brothers, this stone, if you see, Einstein, he made a theory called relativity, which means the mass and the energy it contains, they are the same. This is a mass. Mass means the whole structure. But the energy it contains, we can't see. So that's why he brought it and gave to us the equation called E is equal to mc square. That is the equation. So here, if you take this stone and put in a reactor, in a thermal station, first of all, we don't have a technology to do that. So if you invent a technology, you put the stone, this stone, that energy can supply to India 100 years, only this one. 100 years electricity, factories, houses, transportation, to run, this stone can give for how many years? 100 years. So that is called E is equal to mc square. So this mass contains enormous amount of energy. So that is the meaning of it. So now you say sermon in stones. So it contains a library. What library? The history of our planet. It will tell you the truth. You take to the laboratory and then you analyze the stone, you will write 10 volumes of encyclopedia. What the stone is telling. And sermons, millions of sermons are embedded inside the stone. Jesus could talk to them. He was sitting on them, touching them. And he got electrified. He got the electricity from the stones. You sit on the stones before the examinations, you will do very well. I did it many times. Before my exam, I sit on the stone and then recollect them. All my sermons, if I sit on a stone, all my sermons are grand senses. They give you energy, wisdom. Sermons in stones. Didn't I say that? Yeah, they can give you wisdom. So these stones come in 3 larger categories. Only 3. Igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. That's it. Igneous rock has got hundreds of varieties of rock. Sedimentary rock also, hundreds of varieties, and metamorphic also has hundreds of varieties. So these three types of rocks is the major category. This is igneous rock. Igneous means born out of fire, because these are born because of volcano. Millions of years ago, the volcano blew up. For example, under the earth, deep under the earth, there was a volcano, and it spewed magma. When the fire, that liquid fire stays under the earth, it is called magma. When it comes outside the earth, it is called lava. So these are the two different terms. So this stone was made by magma. You know, magma means under the earth this stone was formed. It may be a mountain, it's not a stone. When the erosion takes place, actually here there was a mud here. So rain came and erosion took place, so this top of the mountain is unraveled. If you dig it, this mountain can go for 5 kilometers because it is an intrusive rock. The name is intrusive, formed by magma. All the intrusive rocks are formed by magma. All the extrusive rocks, this is not extrusive, I already explained. Extrusive means it is formed on the top. It will be looking little more whiter. This is little darker. That is you can differentiate the rocks. Little dark means it is formed by magma. Underneath, when it is white, it is formed by the lava, the outside. Also crystals. The crystals small means inside it was formed. Crystals large formed outside. We can examine that. I may be wrong, it is exclusive or intrusive, I don't know, but by looking at it, I am concluding that way. But anyway, this rock is very hard, very hard. It can, durable. Come on, remember the church. Now, you are rock on this rock, I build my church. Remember, all the words I use, you can apply to church. Everlasting, hard, durable, can't be destroyed. See, that's why Jesus told you about. So first of all, if you want to understand Jesus' statement, you should know about rocks. Otherwise, there is no other knowledge you can get to the truth. Only thing you should study about rocks, because Jesus told you a rock. The church itself is a rock. That means, how many priests know theology? You ask any priest or any bishop, can you say some names? How many types of rocks are there, bishop? Nobody knows. So that ignorance, even today we are doing to theologians. So now you are, Jesus said, I am going to learn what is wrong, because Jesus himself told me. So that is the thing what I am giving it to you. So igneous rock. So I can go on talk, but I don't know. Pick up the rock. This is called sedimentary rock. This is not igneous. See, the very structure itself, it is polished. See, there are no crystals. Igneous rock will have crystals. See the shining there? Can you see the shining? See the crystals there? Yeah, that is called feldspar. They shine in the sun. But here you see, can you pick up any crystals here? Can you see? If you see anything, you immediately go to the doctor's appointment, eye doctor. So see, nothing is there. So it is called sedimentary. How sedimentary rocks are formed? They are formed through the weathering of other rocks. Weathering means the wind, the water. You see the roots of the trees also, they go and pierce the rock. You will find the soil there. The formation of soil is done by weathering of the rock, by water, wind and the vegetation. Understand now? So, the weathering of the igneous rock, that small powder, and then also sedimentary rock weathers, this powder, and the metamorphic I did not show you yet. The metamorphic means marble rock. So that also weathers. 3 rocks weathering, it falls in the water. And then slowly in one place they form, not one place, the whole, the river bed underneath forms the silt. the weathering of the sand and dust, they cement. It's called cementation. So slowly the rock grows, millions of years. There will be layers here if you want to see small layers. Millions of years that silt is deposited and pasted and cemented and then pressed, slowly it grows. They say rocks grow, no? This is a rock. It grows and grows and grows. And at last, plate tectonic comes and it breaks it to pieces. And this is the victim of plate tectonic. This is the outcome, or this is the, what is that? Victim, I can call it. So this piece was broken from the big sedimentary rock and it ended up here. Maybe some lorry brought it and something, it ended up here. Maybe its birth is underwater. Underwater river or a lake or an ocean, it was formed. So that all the sedimentary rocks are formed by weathering of the rocks. And it can be weathering of sedimentary, weathering of igneous, weathering of metamorphic, all particles here. So now you apply to church. Very simple. Different truths the church is taking and incorporating ecumenical thoughts. Okay? Different thoughts, different truths, church is able to understand them. And teachers is faithful. The other faiths also good, Second Vatican Council. We can find God's presence in everything. So that truth should be respected. So different religious beliefs and also different cultures we make form the global church, different languages. So you can go on enumerating. So now you are understanding your rock, on this rock I build my church means now you can compare the rock geology to theology. So that's why I call geology to theology. So this is the basic window through which you make theology. Okay, now metamorphic rock. Just look at here, some metamorphic. All metamorphic. Come here. But I'm not exactly sure. But you know the example I want to give you. So you may not believe that this is metamorphic rock. See, I think there are grains little bit here and there. But usually metamorphic rock, larger grains will be there. Yeah, that is also a metamorphic rock. Correct. You are a geologist. You are beginning. Good. This is a metamorphic rock. See the grains? You know the Rajasthan marbles? Yeah, they look like this. You know Kadapa? Kadapa kal, the stone. That is the marble. So that is the transformed rock. Metamorphic means once upon a time it could have been, take this small rock, both of them you take. You keep in your hand. Take that. See here, this rock was once upon a time maybe this. Maybe this. It is igneous. Or it was a sediment. What happened? Unfortunately, a big earthquake happened. These rocks fell deep inside the earth. They fell down almost a kilometer inside. So again the earth pressed them. The pressure and heat melted them and reformation occurred. That is metamorphic. A new birth. Same rocks. And also same metamorphic rock also can fall down. Pressure and heat can transform into some other metamorphic rock. So the whole composition of minerals will be changed. So that is metamorphic rock. So once upon a time it was. Now you apply to church. Transformation. How church was transformed for the past 2000 years. How it's going to be transformed in the future is theology, it's philosophy, it's dogma. So see that now you understand your rock, on this rock I build my church. So now because you know about the rocks, you are able to interpret in the geological way, make theology. Otherwise you will miss everything. So you are getting very basic lesson from the Bible itself. Your rock on this way, basic lesson I am giving. I am not building a big thing here. A basic lesson which we have forgotten to give. The seminary students. So I think you are the advantage. So you can think in those terms. So now you got the rocks. Even here theology can be made. Take that rock. See now, all this rock weather and make soil. You see, this is called passion resurrection principle. You know, passion occurs when the wind blows on him, water blows on him, roots attack him, passion, death. The soil comes out, resurrection, grass, resurrection. Passion, death, resurrection is grass. Every truth comes because of passion and death, that rock under them. So everything in nature can be interpreted in passion, death, resurrection terms. You know the sun, morning, that's the first principle. In sun, what is happening? The hydrogen turn to helium. So the hydrogen goes under a nuclear fusion, we call it, but I call it a nuclear passion. So passion and death, hydrogen atoms die to produce helium atoms. You know the resurrection is what? Photons. The light is the resurrection. See, you can explain in the sun itself. Water, for example. What is water? Two molecules. One hydrogen, two oxygen atoms joined together, combined together, and they form water. Can you see the molecules? Can you see them? Are they visible?
No.
They are invisible. But when they are joined, can you see them? Yeah, you can see that's water. The invisible becomes visible through the process called passion death. You can't fuse hydrogen atoms in the laboratory. If you do that, you will blow the whole planet. Nobody can do it. Only nature can do that. So those fusion is called passion. They die. Both the atoms die in order to produce resurrection. So the resurrection is water, visible. So morning, you can explain everything in terms of that. Your mind should be trained to explain what is that. Can I explain through passion, death, and resurrection concept? You can do that. Even morning, the food what we ate, it's a passion and death for the chapati and the upama and the egg. Resurrection is me. I am talking to you. See, the same thing dead in order to produce life. So the same way Jesus says, what is the explanation of passion and death and resurrection? He says in another place, unless the grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it shall not produce. That is the theory of relativity. So all the theory of relativity, and Jesus, disciples, still we can't understand Jesus. Then he died on the cross and buried, and he came back to life. So that is what relativity and also gravity, thermodynamics, all those scientific principles which we don't understand, they basically tell passion, death, resurrection. So ultimately, the law of the universe. It is not the theory of relativity, gravity, but passion, death, that is the law of the universe. Do you understand that? The stone undergoes passion and death and resurrection. So if a stone undergoes that, all life forms undergo the same. The food web is completely the same passion, death, resurrection. One organism sacrifices in order to enable another organism's resurrection. That is the way it goes on and on. Do you understand now? So these are the three rocks. You read it, there is enough material I have given you. Now I will teach you about the soil. Peninsular gneiss. G-N-E-I-S-S. Peninsular. Only in India it is available. You know Bangalore Lal Bagh Gardens? Anybody there? In Lal Bagh Garden you see a big a rock mountain there with a small temple there at the corner. That is the relic. That is the sacrament of India, which is 3.5 billion years old. That means this is 3.5 billion years old. So this is a sacrament. There is no piece in the museum old as this rock. Yes. 3.5 billion, man. 350 crore year old specimen is sitting in your campus. You are the richest congregation. Don't tell to anybody, somebody will take it. The richest congregation around good news to own such a relic of Mother Earth. Peninsular rock. When you go to Bangalore next time, go and visit the pen. All one goes like that, volcano will there. Some battery is out.
Recording.
Oh, okay. When it goes, one rock goes up, volcano will come. And then when the rock, whole plate is taking tsunami. You know the Indo-Australian plate in 2006? It took like that. Whole plate took the ocean and tipped it little bit. So the ocean came into India, the land. And again it went back, thank God. I don't know this time, the plate came and went back. If the plate came and stood there, the water would have been, even today, whole India is gone. This time we were in for luck. It went down. So, and again they will hit like this. The sand will go up higher and higher. The mountains are formed this way when the two plates hit like that. And they can grind like this. That is called earthquake. So when the plates move like this, they move, they lock here. See the locked? See? It's not moving, locked. The pressure is building. This fellow is pushing, that fellow is pushing this side. Pressure, pressure. At last, boom. That is the earthquake. So that is the earthquake. We shattered and everything breaks apart and it goes and stops. That's it. Earthquake is over. So it is calculated through the seismic activity with a seismometer. It is usually 5 plus, it's a dangerous. 6.5 is more dangerous. The 8 and 9, no chance. It is calculated against 10 points. So 1 and 2 is happening right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, because our plate is shaking, no? But we don't feel it. But the seismometer can show the needle shaking. The plates are always shaking because we are sitting on asthenosphere, it is called. That is the lava. That is the liquid fire on which all the 12 plates are moving like boats, small boats. That's why they go up. So we are going on a boat ride every day. Understand that? Diamonds, morning you can come and collect diamonds. See them? Big diamonds in the morning. They look like diamonds. And you should cultivate multi-fruits. One guava, one mango, one... Yeah, mango garden. We are making separate and mix. Uprooting everything. No, it's all right. This is the this geese lay eggs, no? Did they hatch? No, are they eating these animals? Birds? Do you eat it? Did you eat? No. So far in that. All right, wonderful.